Assalamu alaikum all. So this is a short video on how to play the diffusion simulation game. You go to the syllabus, then go to week number 11, play diffusion simulation game here, click here. Now it will take you to Indiana University website. It's very interesting, fascinating game. You would all like it. Then what you need to do is you come here, you register. But I have already registered, so I'll just say start the DSG diffusion simulation game. I will put my email and then login. Okay, I would say if you so basically this website keeps your previous session. You can continue the game you played the last time. So I would say begin a new game. Enter. While you are playing this game, I want you to recall all the concepts we have covered in elements of diffusion, in social contagion, and how ideas get adapted, and social networks, and clusters, and opinion leaders, and critical mass, and the steps of adaptation. Are you sure you want to be new? Yes. So what now? This is a new game. Before you start a game, actually, there is a description of what this game is about. So basically, click on game rules. Here is the game rules I want you to read. It's only one page. So basically, the game is about, in this, you will be playing the role of change agent. Now, if you remember, we learned Miss Nalida in the boiling water case in Everett Rogers' book. She was a change agent. She was responsible. She had 2 years to diffuse that, practice, a healthy practice for boiling water to avoid infectious diseases. But she failed, and you know that. Now, this is the change agent, but this time is not about change agent. It is about peer tutoring. There is an explanation what peer tutoring. For example, you as classmates, if you understand a topic, you can tutor and help your peers, classmates, because you guys speak the same language. You can explain an idea in your own vernacular, in your own language that you use, your own hilarious, fun stories. Unlike me, probably, because with different age, the difference in age, difference in background, I might bring examples that you cannot relate to. So the idea here is to diffuse peer tutoring to all teachers at James Whitcomb Riley Junior High School. Read it. The explanation of this rule games, it will take you a few minutes. You have 2 years to diffuse, to convince school principal, teachers to adapt your innovation. Your innovation in this case is to encourage them to adapt peer tutoring. Okay. You can now recall in elements of diffusion, Nelida also had 2 years and she had a specific goal. Now, what you need to get adapters to adapt this. So basically, read this first page. Once you have read it, say play game. You need to read this, guys. You can ask me a question. Now, this is a game. Now, I want you to read. What you have is that you have the first year is here. This is the second year. Now, each task you do would cost you a week or more. For example, information. You can see here, if you want information of personal information, find out what sort of people the staff members are. Let's say, click OK. I want to find information, personal. Now it asks you want information about whom? Do you remember? If you want to diffuse, if you want to promote a campaign, you need to understand your audience. In order to understand your audience, you need to check their background. What is their degree? What are they doing? What is the availability time? You have here secretary, janitor, math chairman, principal. So let's say I want the information about, now I want you to use your creativity. Now, is it principal the most important? It says you can choose up to 5. Now, but you are presented with many. Now you need to be very creative. Which one are the most? I cannot tell you because I want you to use your own creativity. I will just select randomly, but I want to choose based on your critical thinking. I'll just select randomly. Okay, and then I will come here and say submit. Now it says cost 1 week. It tells me, okay, it will cost you 1 week because in order to find information of 5 people, it will cost you 1 week. I'm like, okay, continue. You can see now the color has changed here. Red, it means that, I have wasted or lost it 1 week. Now you can see the whole idea of this game. Here you have the people are on the left side. Information principal is very ambitious, has a 20-year plan, a member of the Rotary Club. You have information of each person. A math chairman is a veteran in school. He runs the most experienced department. You need to understand the psychology of people before you approach them to convince them to buy your product. Here is the thing. Here is like the bar. Before this, what you are asked in this task is the following phases. You are asked is to, let me get the highlight, for different phases. The principal here must have an awareness. Without awareness, he cannot adapt your peer tutoring program. Even he might have an interest, but he might be aware of your thing, but he might not be interested. So you need to increase awareness. Now this will be highlighted. Then the interest will go up here. Once he has full interest, then he might ask for a trial. Now this actually is a reflection of Everett Rogers' attribution, attributes of innovation. If you remember the decision process, innovation decision process, go back to the slide. Triability, if you recall, triability, they must be able to try, then adapt. So basically, let's, and now you have here diffusion activities. You need to talk to, you can ask for help, you can get a pilot study, you can print, you can deliver presentation, demonstration, you can deliver training, you can have, I wanted to read all these things and what do they mean and what they do mean. And so I'll just go, let's say I want to find information of lunch mates, because let's do that. Lunch mates. It says you have chosen to obtain information lunch mates. I'm like, okay, yes, but it will cost you, for example, something. It will cost me a week or something. I'm like, yes, okay. You can see now it will cost me 1 week. Okay. Now I know the lunch mate. Now when I clicked on that, it costed me 1 more week here. And remember, your goal is 2 weeks. Now, but what happened here? I got an option here. It says lunch mate. Click on lunch mate. I get here, for example, this is the lunch mate. Now, maybe you remember social network analysis we discussed in the class. This group number 1 here, this is the principal. Principal يعني مدير المدرسة. Okay? He has lunch, he goes to lunch usually with D. Who is D? Math chairman. Now that might give you a hint. Now if this guy here, G, who is science chairman, if he adapts the peer tutoring idea or initiative, he might be able to convince this one, and this might be during the lunch, they might bring up the topic and convince this and this and that. So basically every innovation is about information seeking. Now let's say committees. Who is in a common committee with whom? You can see who is okay. So submit. Now I got here another thing says committee diagram. Okay, I got a diagram here. It gives you another diagram. You can see here that extra curriculum committee, you have curriculum committee, math. Now it gives you each one, this and this and this and this, they belong to one committee. It tells you who this and this, G is in both, in two committees, this and this. You can check the color here, okay? And then this will give you an idea. Say continue, it will cost me 1 week. I'm just playing it randomly, but I want you to see how many adapters you got. Then I want you to go to Twitter and say I got these adapters. Then you want to tell us your experience. What diffusion activities worked? These are the activities here, and which one didn't work. So let's say I want to find activity. Talk to. I want to talk to science teacher about the innovation. Hey, I have this. It will call if I talk to him because I need to travel, to commute, you know. But interesting, when I talk to the science teacher, see what happened. See what happened. Because science teacher is in the same, he lunches, he goes to the same lunch with the principal. Now principal, now has an awareness. Not only that, science chairman also has an awareness. Science teacher, because they talk to him, he has an awareness, and he has a low degree of awareness. You can see awareness. Now, because why did that happen? Because of that, the network, sub-network. You see, now this is very fascinating. You can keep playing with that. But, you know, now I got information. You need to continue from here to go to triability, then the adapt. Maybe you can say presentation. I want to deliver presentation to whom? To deliver, it will cost me 1 week. I'm like, okay, you see, now it keep going there. Presentation, now you can see what nothing happened. You can try another activity. I want you to use site visit, meaning that you go there. Site visit to whom? To math, to the science teacher. Okay, site visit, I will visit the guy, submit. Right now, science teacher has this much interest, only one interest. But now let's see, now he has 2. Now keep doing that till the guy adapts. You know, you can see on the top here, I have 0 adapters. I will just, I will do it randomly, but I want you to read carefully. Local media, local mass media, I want people to have mass media about the innovation. It will cost me 1 week. Now, when I did that, nothing much happened. You can go to print media, say print. I want to send it to 5 people: principal, math teacher, science, this and this, and then say okay. Now okay, click on that. Now this has 2 interests. You keep playing until you get number of adapters here. I will stop here, but I want you to play, and then I want you to share on Twitter what lessons you have learned, what kind of tools you need, diffusion activities that are here. Share with your team. For now, stay at home and stay safe.